How can I make my car last 400,000 miles? Buy a good car to start with, keep up with regular maintenance, and use OE quality parts or better for repairs. I am not your typical consumer. I have 3 vehicles that I use regularly. My first I've had now for 24 years. It's 50 years old. It's a 1972 Chevrolet C10. Next oldest is a 1989 Chevrolet S10 4x4 that I have had for 17 years. Newest of the bunch is an 07 Corolla with a salvage title that I have had for 11 years. All of them get oil changes every 3,000 miles and I'm manic about it. 3,000 means 3,000 not 3,500. Obviously I do any repairs they need so I never have to question the quality of parts or the competency of the repair. I drive them. I mean really drive them. The absolute worst thing you can do is let a vehicle sit. Keep them moving and they'll last a lot longer. Keep up with all of the regular maintenance intervals for everything. Don't buy into the hype of buzzwords or brands. Synthetic for example doesn't mean better, it means synthetic. Synthetic oils can be counted on to behave a certain way, but if you don't operate the vehicle in that certain way then you don't need the additional cost of synthetic oil. Although there are only 4 companies building additive packages for automotive motor oil worldwide, meaning all the different brands of oil out there can be reduced to just 4 formulas, no matter what brand you buy, you're buying one of 4 formulas available for that viscosity. In other words, make sure what you have just grabbed has the proper certifications to meet your car's needs, then continue with your life carefree. Oil filters are similar, so the safe bet is to buy an original equipment brand. As for aftermarket filters, some are long-lasting, meets or exceeds original quality, but steer clear of most house brands and repackaged economy filter brands. Fram for example is probably still the best-selling filter in the US, but their orange box screw-on filter is downright terrible. The cartridge filters are okay and their Tough Guard filters are on par with original equipment, but, I think Extra Guard, their bottom-of-the-line filter, is usually terrible quality. Transmissions are inherently dirty machines. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Every mechanic shop will try to sell you fluid flushes. Power steering flushes are okay, coolant flushes are hit and miss, but I've seen transmission flushes cause more harm than good. This is because of this terrible fact: people put off service too long. Transmissions are inherently dirty machines. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Every mechanic shop will try to sell you fluid flushes. Power steering flushes are okay, coolant flushes are hit and miss, but I've seen transmission flushes cause more harm than good. This is because of this terrible fact: people put off service too long. If your transmission fluid is already so contaminated that the fluid looks black on the little tray they bring out to show you, you're already too late for a flush to do you any good. That dark contamination is from wear of the friction components and is evidence that a large amount of wear has already taken place. The transmission's long-term fate is sealed. A transmission with regular filter replacement will stay clean and continue to function efficiently, but if you stretch the intervals, cheap parts. How many times have we heard I owned a Chevrolet once, I spent more time under it than driving it, piece of shit Chevy. One of the many benefits of owning a GM vehicle pre-bailout is that they're super simple to repair and the parts were so mainstream you could buy them at any price point. There too lies the problem. Because they're so simple, your shade tree varieties would go to the zone buy the cheapest replacement part they could, then install it without a second thought. What happens next? That very part fails in short order or even causes another part to fail, which means all the work they just did they have to do a second time, including the fluids that drain during repair or whatever is necessary, and of course the cheapo part comes with a warranty for one replacement, so they cash in the warranty, and of course that one fails too. Now they have to buy a third one because the warranty only covers one failure, so they upgrade to a quality part, right? Nope. They justify to themselves that they've already had to pay to do the repair twice before, so they can't scrape together enough money to buy a higher quality part, so they go right back with the cheap crappy parts. Then the cycle continues for every single repair on the vehicle. Now they have to buy a third one because the warranty only covers one failure, so they upgrade to a quality part, right? Nope. They justify to themselves that they've already had to pay to do the repair twice before, so they can't scrape together enough money to buy a higher quality part, so they go right back with the cheap crappy parts. Then the cycle continues for every single repair on the vehicle. Since they went through 3 of something or more, it must be the vehicle's fault for the failures, because no way a cheap aftermarket outfit could have missed 3 in a row, never mind the original equipment lasted for 110k miles with poor maintenance practices. Tires, buy good tires. Personally, I can't speak well enough about Michelin tires, unless you're doing something very specific, racing or racing in mud. Michelin is a pretty one-size-fits-most tire. Why are tires important? Because literally everything in the car is relying on tires to behave a certain way. Every suspension or drivetrain component lives or dies because of what the tires are doing, and Michelin is the top of the heap. They cost more. Do they? What's a set of ball joints cost? Motor mounts? Tie rods? Brake parts? Are they still more expensive? Then of course we can't talk tires without talking alignment. Everything the car does is affected, from component wear to stopping distance to handling to fuel mileage. All of it depends completely on wheel alignment, so a set of great tires on a car with a good wheel alignment, long-term gain. This about wraps up the top of my Make Your Cars Last Forever list. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.